After a wonderful full day in Dubrovnik, I had to head home back to Chicago. As mentioned in a prior video, business class award seats were hard to come by across the Atlantic, but I ended up finding availability on SAS. So I flew on SK2834, an Airbus 321 from Dubrovnik to Copenhagen to connect. Dubrovnik has a small airport with a large duty-free section, but they know you need to get rid of your kuna, so go ahead and buy those chocolates. I made my way to the third floor of the terminal, where there's a priority pass accessible lounge. It's along the windows watching the runway. The chairs were surprisingly nice and comfortable. It was small and quiet, with a modest selection of food and beverages. I did pour a glass of the juicy orange juice. There was also your typical coffee and alcohol options. Boarding was done by bus on the lower level, and on the way to the plane, we passed EasyJet, Thomas Cook, and Norwegian flights. We were separated by rows upon exiting the bus, and I made my way towards the front. SAS has done away with the sham that is Euro business. Instead, there are two classes, SAS Plus and SAS Go. My business class award ticket booked me into SAS Plus, which includes seats in the front, full meal service, priority baggage, lounge access, and fast-track security. The middle seats are not blocked off, but the SAS Plus section comprised 7 rows, and there were only 5 people in the entire section. My entire row, as well as the one behind mine, were completely empty. Legroom was fine at 31 degrees of pitch, and I could comfortably cross my legs. We pushed back from the stand, and with no time spent waiting on the tarmac, we took off. For meal service, I was presented with this elegant and rather mysterious box, which was simultaneously the most chic and space-efficient meal on a plane I've ever seen. Let's see what's in the box! Upon opening said box, they helpfully provided this description, as otherwise I would have had no idea how to describe this dish. It indeed was the most complicated and pretentious-sounding meal in a box I've ever experienced. It was served with warm bread and a beverage, and was actually quite tasty. The flavors and textures were quite unique and Scandinavian, but I ended up eating all of it. I washed it down with an India Pale Ale brewed exclusively for SAS, which wasn't that bad. Chocolates at the end were also a nice touch. I should also point out the bathroom. On this tiny A321, it was huge. There were 2 windows. Do you see this, American Airlines? Do you? After the 2 hours and 20 minutes of flying time, we made our descent into Copenhagen Kastrup. We passed a row of beautiful aircraft, including an Emirates A380, Cathay Pacific A350, Qatar 787, and a Thai 777. Don't worry, my precious. I have some plans for some of you. Overall, the flight was quite enjoyable, and I'd be happy to fly SAS Plus again. Is it worth the price difference, however? Looking at some arbitrary days in March of 2019, one-way fares are over $70 or $80 more, or 230 to 260% of the base price. For that amount of difference, I'd say no, but the added flexibility of the ticket and included lounge access could be worth it in some circumstances. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.